Do not go for 3, just get the 2. Ellis. Hard hit.
Ropes one. Still got a play there. Got it. Wow.
Ellis.
Get up there.
Oh, wow. What an interception by Razor. Jordan Razor takes it back, Zach. Back to the 48. Biggs is going to check in. Dunlap wide open. He's going to get up there! Dunlap! Exclamation point!
All right, we are live here at Seymour High School for the NVL Softball Championships. Welcome to Project Purple Sports. We have the #1 Woodland Hawks coming in at 21-0, taking on the #2 St. Paul Falcons at 19-2. I'm Zachary Gerstner, and I'm joined here by
Ivy Geloso.
And we'll try not to have any favoritism in the booth tonight, as Ivy did play at Woodland, and then she went and played over at Albertus Magnus, so she is our softball specialist. And I'm lucky to have her here for the championship game. Didn't have her for the semifinals, but we made it through, and we're hoping for a good one today, as these two teams look to battle it out for the championship. So for those of you just joining us here for the first time, who is Project Purple? Project Purple is a Connecticut-based nonprofit organization that empowers the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our unwavering commitment is fueled by our pursuit of raising awareness, driving crucial research, and providing aid for patients battling this disease. Since our founding in 2010, we've been leading the charge, pioneering advancements, and bringing hope to those affected by pancreatic cancer. We are committed to making a real impact in the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our initiatives include research funding, patient support, and community outreach. Our results speak for themselves. To learn more about Project Purple, visit projectpurple.org and make sure to follow us wherever you are on social media. Together, we can create a world without pancreatic cancer. And to learn more about Project Purple Sports and potentially bring this to your community, visit projectpurple.org/sports. And we are pretty much ready to go here. So, Ivy, I know you have a bit of a preview of these two teams for us. So what can we look to expect, or who can we look to expect things from?
Well, for Woodland, we have the amazing Ella Van Alstyne. She is their pitcher, and she is also one of their best hitters right now. Her ERA I have here, it's .7. And she is coming in with 214 strikeouts when she's pitched. Woodland is 17-0. And for St. Paul, we have Stella Bocino, who's coming in hitting .508. And Lauren Kozlak is our pitcher today, and she's coming in at 12-0 when she has pitched for St. Paul. So we can maybe expect a little bit of a battle here, but it'll be all up to Ella, as she usually carries for Woodland.
Well, we are going to do starting lineups right here. So we'll keep our mics on so you guys can hear everything. And we're going to be looking to start here. And I would assume it's a 6:30 start, so about 10 minutes. So after lineups, we'll most likely have first pitch. And it will be St. Paul will be up to bat. And Woodland will be in the field. So
batting first for the St. Paul Catholic Falcons is number 24, playing left field, Julia Kozlak. Batting second, number 2, Taylor Williams, playing center field. Batting third, number 32, playing shortstop, Bella McCullough. Batting fourth, number 12, pitcher, Lauren Kozlak. Batting fifth, number 6, Layla McCullough, right field. Batting sixth, number 10, playing third base, Lily McCullough. Batting seventh, number 1, Stella Bocino, the catcher. Batting eighth, number 14, playing first base, Brianna Demora. Batting ninth, number 14, playing 42, playing second base, Peyton Giambra. St. Paul Catholic Falcons head coach is Gary Hovanson. Now for the Woodland Hawks. Batting first, pitcher number 6, Ella Vinelstein. Batting second, number 9, playing shortstop, Kate Wazowski. Batting third, number 8, catcher, Julia Rowley. Batting fourth, number 15, playing first base, Ayla DiCrescenzo. Batting fifth, number 4, playing second base, Caitlin Braun. Batting sixth, number 3, playing third base, Paige Caramonte. Campo. Batting ninth, number 2, playing center field, Angelina Cottingham. And flex player playing right field, number 1, Chloe Simone. Woodland is head coached by Lauren Letty. Please stand for the national anthem.
All right, so we are about 5 minutes from game time. And we have captain's meeting right now. We did have a nice ceremony before with the all NVL first, second team, and a ton of awards. So we apologize for not having that up and running for that, but we do have this game, and hopefully the weather holds off a little bit. We do have a tent set up, so at least we have some coverage. We don't have Wolcott's kind of little shack that we were in the other day, but it's been an interesting ride here for both of these teams. Woodland, they beat Wolcott the other day. They beat them 10-0 and 6. We saw a little bit of that weather come into effect as they were the second game, and we saw command of the pitchers kind of being down a little bit. And then St. Paul ended up beating Seymour in what was the most competitive of the two games. So we are here now, and Woodland, up to this point, has only been tested once by Seymour here, their last game of the season, and they still ended up winning 5-3. But that was probably their toughest game up until this point.
Yeah, and we have St. Paul coming in here. They have won their past 9 games. They only have 2 losses. Last time they played Woodland was May 12th. and they lost 11-0. And their other loss was to Seymour. That was 12-0 on April 28th. So this should be a pretty good matchup, although they did lose to Woodland 11-0, but I'm sure they're coming out hungry to win this NVL title, especially coming off that win against Seymour.
Yeah, and I mean, the only thing I will say is Seymour, as you mentioned, they lost 12-0 to Seymour, ended up beating them in that semifinal. So maybe we'll see a little bit of that same theme here, but they have probably the best pitcher in all of the NVL and maybe in the state of Connecticut on the mound. She is committed to UMass Lowell, and also she'll be joining Julia Rowley for a pitcher catcher duo tandem moving to UMass Lowell. So it's going to be a little bit challenging, but I mean, how do you attack a pitcher like Van Alstyne? Stein? I messed up. You were telling me before.
Van Alstyne.
I had it right the first time.
I mean, it's hard. Ella and Julia have so much chemistry. They've played together for a really long time. And especially with them going to college together, I mean, they work out together every single day. So it, if you they faced Ella once before, so they should have a little bit of an idea what's going to go on. I mean, they know how Ella throws. I'm sure they know what she throws. I'm sure they've scouted her a ton, but it's really going to be a matter of getting the bat on that fastball of hers, which could be it's very tough for some teams. But I mean, there's a short fence here, so if they get the ball on it, get the bat on it, it's gonna go.
So if let's do a little situation here. You're in the box. What is your approach against Ella if you were in the box against her back when you were playing?
Well, first of all, I would probably slap because I'm a lefty hitter and she's a lefty pitcher, and I really didn't like going against a lefty, so I slapped, and that was would probably be the easiest way to get on base. I think playing a lot of small ball is going to be the way to go for St. Paul, especially with a pitcher like Ella, who's most likely just going to dominate the zone.
Are you ready for this? All right. Well, as Woodland takes the field here, I think we have their defensive lineup.
We do. So we have Ella in the circle. We have Julia behind the plate. Paige Chiramonte is at third base. We have Kate Lazowski at shortstop. Caitlin Braun at second base. Ayla DiCrescenzo at first base. We have Chloe Cervone in right field. Angelina Tottenham is in center field. And Emma DeGeorge is in left field. And for St. Paul coming up, we have Julia Kozlak, who is going to be our left fielder for today. She's going to lead us off.
Well, I guess while we have the time, let's look at the keys to the game for Woodland here. And no doubt, the first key to the game for Woodland was to get Ella Van Alstyne on the bus, then get her to the game. And the last key is their offense needs to score early and often and give her run support. As I mean, if you even get her 2 runs, her ERA for the year is a .7. So that is pretty much the keys we had. I mean, I think you can agree with me as long as she's on the field. Woodland has pretty much the best chance of winning this game.
Yeah, definitely. So here we are with Julia Kozlak, and here we are with a lefty on lefty matchup here.
So you think well, actually, the corners are in. And the infield's moving in a little bit, maybe to see if she will slap. We didn't see anyone on St. Paul slap the other night.
No, she's little, so you would think she might slap, but I don't know. Seems like maybe she has the potential to. Let's see what she does. Second base is in too.
Well, Kozlak was really late on that fastball there. I mean, I actually like this angle a little bit better than the one we had the other night because we can see more of the velocity that's coming through, and they can't catch up to that ball so far.
No, not at all. She's not even close. We have a 1-2 count here on Kozlak for Ella. And that will be strike 3, swinging a high fastball.
Now batting number 2, Taylor Williams.
Well, we actually tonight, we'll show you this at some point, but we brought our own strikeout counter because Van Alstyne struck out 17 in that semifinal game, which that tied her career high. As she's already up with another strike here, and she already has one strikeout, so she is wheeling and dealing.
For sure. She definitely gets the ball in there, and it seems like so far these girls definitely can't catch up to it, these first 2 batters. Oh, and like I said, that's the way you're going to have to do it, is get the bunt down. A bad throw by Julia Rowley goes past Ayla DiCrescenzo, so she will be safe at first base. And now we have our third batter up, which is Bella McCullough.
And she is their best hitter.
We're going to try not to butcher any names today.
Yeah, we did see her in that semifinal against Seymour. She kind of was in the middle of everything. This whole top of the order, it's just Kozlaks and McCulloughs. And then Boccacino. But
there'll be a low outside ball there. Let's see if she's going to bunt.
No, she's not going to. Oh, wow.
I told you. Oh, and Ella attempts the diving play. Oh, my.
Rowley throws it away again, and the runners are going to come around. So we're going to have runners on the corners, 2 bunts. Van Alstyne made a hell of a try for that play there. Couldn't get it. And then Rowley uncharacteristically throws another one into the outfield.
That's tough. You shouldn't have your pitcher diving for a ball. That should have been the catcher's ball all day. Woodland cannot afford for Ella to get hurt.
Wow.
Now they will have their number 4 batter up, which is Lauren Kozlak, who is St. Paul's pitcher today. Here we have our second lefty on lefty matchup. And we have runners on the corners.
Well, I guess you couldn't have pictured a better start if you're St. Paul here. I mean, sure, there was 1 strikeout, but since then it's been 2 bunts, 2 miscues by Rowley, and runners in the corner with your 4 batter coming up with a chance to do some damage.
And that definitely got Ella a little bit rattled. You can tell she's upset, but you got to pitch through it. That's all you can do. You can't help the errors of others. And that first one will be in there for a low ball.
Oof.
That will be strike 1 on Kozlak.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. First inning, runners on first and third. It would be huge for a strikeout here. It's going to be lifted down the line, and that's going to go out foul. So Van Alstyne ahead in the count, 1 and 2 here, looking for a strikeout to get her 2 outs and kind of mediate the damage a little bit.
We have a 1-2 count here on Kozlak, 1 out. That will be strike 3 and a throw back to third. She is safe. 2 outs for the Hawks. Now we have up number 6, Layla McCullough, our right fielder for St. Paul.
This is the family part of the order with Kozlak and McCullers. I think there's 4 of them in that top 6. It's going to be a pass ball, and we're going to get the run coming home. Van Alstyne's going to get the tag.
Nice. That was a good way for her to end the inning. Definitely.
Yeah, crisis averted there as Rowley makes up for 2 miscues by getting to the backstop and getting Van Alstyne a perfect toss to prevent any run damage.
Well, St. Paul definitely put some pressure on the Hawks, so I'm sure that, Coach is going to talk to the girls and make sure that doesn't happen again.
And as soon as it looked like we were getting a little bit of sun, it's all covered up now again by clouds.
Of course.
So, I mean, we'll see. But why don't we take a quick look at St. Paul's keys to the game? So once again, Lauren Kozlak on the mound. She's going to need to pitch a gem and kind of try to stifle the bats of Woodland here. St. Paul, as we just saw kind of in that first inning with a little bit of small ball, they need to manufacture runs in any way they can. And then once again, with that same theme, with the bunts and just anything in the field, they need to execute the little things. They need to play a perfect game.
And here we have Ella Van Alstyne, number 6, our pitcher for the Hawks, leading off.
Batting first for Woodland is number 6.
You think she's going to bunt the first at bat? You think she's going to swing?
Absolutely not. I think she's going to swing.
We saw her bunt twice in that game against Wolcott the other day. Get on to kind of start that spurt of runs each time.
Yeah, she may, but
There's your old coach right there.
that is her. Coach Lauren Letty, the queen.
And
And
Van
she's
Alstyne's
going to
gonna
swing at that first pitch, and she will be out. Yeah, fly ball to left field on the first pitch for Ella.
There was a lot of pop coming off the bat, and you're right about the fences being small because
Yeah, they're short.
that looked like kind of a routine pop fly
hmm
that almost went out.
We now have up number 9, the shortstop, Kate Lazowski. That'll be a high first pitch for Kate. Nice gap there in right center.
You know, we'll say there's a lot of people packed in here. So that's going to be ripped down the line and foul. Do you still know what the signs are? Do you think Woodland's changed them up
No,
since you left?
I'm sure she's changed them because they use the wristband, so it's like numbers.
Ah,
Well, actually, no, it's colors. I think she does it by colors. And that will be ball 2 on Kate. Kate is batting .512 right now. She has scored 34 runs. She has 41 hits and 28 RBIs, as well as 14 doubles on the season. She's going to pop that one up,
that might get down.
and that will drop. Tries to go to second, and she gets out.
Whoa.
That's got to pay
Nice.
attention to your third base coach. She definitely can't afford to do that.
Well, you would have had Julia Rowley coming up with one out, and she leads the team in RBIs.
Yeah, that was not a good idea.
I was about to put them on first for our scoreboard, and I looked up and then thrown out at second.
Yeah, it looks like the girls are probably a little excited, but you still got to listen to your coach. Not a good way to start the game for Woodland.
No, but that was a big cut by Rowley there. She has, I think, a few home runs on the season.
She does. She has 5 home runs. She's averaging .452 right now with 32 runs scored, 33 hits, and 41 RBIs for Rowley.
Very impressive numbers, and she's going to be late on it and fly that out to the right fielder, and that's a can of corn. Out number 3 as we head into the top of the second. No score all around. Woodland comes back out on the mound, and Van Alstyne will look to hopefully not get into any trouble like she did in that first inning. St. Paul will look to manufacture runs any way they can.
Yeah, definitely. And if there's errors like there were in the first inning, then St. Paul will definitely be able to.
How fast do you think she's thrown? What do you think her velo is? 67? 68?
No, definitely not.
Lower? Higher?
Lower, probably low 60s. The fastest recorded softball pitch, I think, is, I don't know if it's 74, 72.
I saw Tennessee's pitcher the other day throwing 68 in the
Yeah,
College
but
World Series.
she's the one who she got the highest.
Oh, she's the one
Yeah,
who hit 74.
yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense why she was back-to-back SEC Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say Ella's probably low 60s.
You think
Low to mid 60s, I would say.
you think velo will continue to go up as she gets into the college level? Or do you think it's just more of a adjustment? She needs to get stronger, or she just needs to play with her, I guess, her wind up a little bit, maybe manufacture more speed? I don't.
I mean, I think she has a pitching coach now, so I feel like there can't be too much of a difference. But I mean, lifting with a college team is definitely completely different than lifting on your own. I mean, once I started lifting in college, it was nothing I had really ever done before. So I feel like once, she gets on that lifting regimen, then her velocity will definitely go up.
Well, I will say one thing. St. Paul is late on all of her fastballs.
We have number 6 up, Layla McCullough, right now. She is the right fielder for St. Paul, and she is down in the count 0-2.
It's the family part of the order for St. Paul. Drake likes to say family matters.
Yeah, there's a few with the same. We have a Kozlak, 3 McCullough.
Woo! Got it with the changeup. Hello. And goodbye. Strikeout number 3 for Van Alstyne.
We now have Lily McCullough, number 10. That is the third baseman. She's going to take a ball. Ooh, and that was a very nice pitch. The umpire did not like that. That'll be ball 2 on Lily McCullough. We have 1 out here. And that will be ball 3 in the dirt.
Well, I'm sure St. Paul will not be swinging here. Just look to see if Van Alstyne can throw a strike.
That will be ball 4. This is definitely a tough start for the Hawks. I mean, you have a 20-0 team, and she's walking the batters, and they didn't even score right out the gate. So definitely tough for the Hawks, but they have to push through it.
I will say this is what we saw the other night from them, though. I mean, Van Alstyne didn't have as much trouble pitching to start with their command, but they did come out offensively slow, and they did show up pretty late for when, I mean, if you have a championship game, they rolled in, 40 minutes before?
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We have 1 strike here on Stella Buccino. She is the catcher. She's going to bunt, and that will be foul.
Well, at least defense can go set up and double play depth, as we will not see a bunt here with 2 strikes. I don't know why the third baseman is still in so far.
You would not catch me playing that far in if I were playing third base, I can tell you that.
Not with 2 strikes, as that'll be strike 3.
That will be Ella's 4th strikeout of the night.
Number 14, Brianna Demora.
We now have Brianna Demora up. She is the first baseman for St. Paul. And
Rowley.
she's going to steal. Oh, ball popped out of her glove, and she is going to tag her, and she will be out.
Oh,
And that will be
man.
out number 3 for the Hawks. A little messy, but they got it done.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to see that, though. Rowley's been throwing a little bit high. She's got to bring it down a little bit. We saw that was almost the third miscue into the outfield.
Yeah,
She
I think she must be overexcited.
And she has a really strong arm, too, so she doesn't even, she needs to just calm down a little bit and come up, throw them down, like Luis Torrens for the Mets. Best strikeout rate, or not strikeout rate, throwout rate in baseball. 51%.
The Hawks have a lot of pressure on them. I think last year, I don't think they won NVLs. I'm not sure if they did the year before.
I think they lost the last 2 years up until this point. They've been in this game, but they haven't been able to get it done.
I mean, even when they still won the state tournament, but they just can't get it done in the NVL finals. So I think that this is definitely a tough game, especially for these seniors, because they know what it's like to lose in the NVL finals. So they definitely need to just get out of their heads and, play the game that they know how to play and that they've been playing so well all season long.
Well, they're going to need a little bit of home cooking here. They're pretty much in their backyard over by Seymour. And I did want to ask you about this because St. Paul does this. They come out, they just they don't warm up when they come out of the dugout. They just throw one pitch to the catcher and throw it down. Is that something you've seen a lot? Like, is that normal or?
Not really. I mean, I know when I pitched, I would take all of my warm-up pitches, so I'm not really sure why she does that. Maybe so she doesn't tire her arm out. But we have Ayla DiCrescenzo up, the first baseman for Woodland.
I will say it did seem to work for her the other day against Seymour. I mean, I guess it also kind of doesn't let Seymour get settled and see what she's throwing. Same now for Woodland, too.
Yeah, definitely. That could also be a part of it. There will be 1 ball, 2 balls on Ayla.
Oh, and
Ooh,
she's going to
she
get a
will
hold of that one.
rip
That's going to
that.
go way back to the wall. And great catch by St. Paul. All the way back at the track. DiCrescenzo thought she had one. Maybe a little bit of that wind blowing in towards us, keeping it inside the ballpark.
Now we have number 4, Caitlin Braun. She's been hitting really well in the season. I know last time they played here at Seymour, I think she was 4 for 4 actually. She's been hitting really well.
And she had a great game the other night, too, for Woodland, as she'll take strike 1.
She's hitting .481 right now with 35 runs scored and 37 hits as well as 39 RBIs, and she has 2 home runs on the season. She'll get a hold of that one, and that will go right into center field for Braun. Definitely a good way for the Hawks to start after that catch at the fence. And now we will have number 3, Paige Chiramonte up. She's the third baseman for the Hawks. Chiramonte right now is batting .387. She has 14 runs scored and 24 hits as well as 18 RBIs and 6 doubles. She's going to take that first pitch for a ball. And that will be ball 2.
She's going to rip one right over the head of the shortstop.
Let's see, if she jumped, she definitely would have had that. That was just lazy.
Next up for the Hawks, number 16, Emma DeGeorge.
And here we are, number 16. She's repping my number, Emma DeGeorge.
You think that's the same jersey?
No, they got new ones. Those are much nicer than what we had when I was here. And she will also take ball number 1. We have 1 out here. We have Caitlin Braun on second base and Paige Chiramonte on first.
Ooh.
And she will hit that one foul past the first baseman. We have 1-1 count here on Emma DeGeorge.
It's pretty packed here. A lot of people.
It is packed. I feel like every time I come to this field, it's packed.
It's like the epicenter of the valley. It's going to be ripped right through the gap, and so they're going to hold Braun at third. I would have liked to see Coach Letty Sender be aggressive.
Can't be aggressive like that. You got to score runs. The ball was only in the left field. Now we have number 6, Gabby Capobianco. Number 5, sorry, Gabby Capobianco. She is the designated player today. She will also take a first pitch ball from Kozlak.
I mean, I don't know. We can't really see because there's been a lot of right-handed batters. But it looks like Kozlak is just missing.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't look like she's far out of the zone. She'll foul that one back for strike 1.
I feel like she's trying to get Woodland to chase a little bit, but they've been very disciplined in the box, and they haven't been kind of chasing any sort of pitches so far.
Yeah, no, not really, which that is a good thing that they're very disciplined because especially with a pitcher like this, I mean, she's missing by a hair. So you might as well get whatever balls you could get.
It's gonna stay fair. Everyone's safe.
And that will be the first run scored for the Hawks as Caitlin Brunn touches home.
If you're Coach Luddy, did you think that's how you were gonna score your first run here today?
Absolutely not. She was probably very nervous during that because I know her. We have one out here, and the bases are loaded for Angie Tottenham.
Ace is juiced.
She is a sophomore. She's going to slap.
I will say we haven't seen much of this in the games that we've covered. Not a lot of slapping.
Yeah, I think she has a lot of potential. I worked with her a little bit last year. And there
She's
she
gonna
goes.
rip one into the outfield. So now Letty's gonna send her around. Here comes DeGeorge. Throws late. Woodland 2.
3 to
Well, 2 on
0
that thing,
Hawks.
but I was waiting for you to jump in there.
And that is how you get it done. Angie Tottenham is a sophomore. I love to see that out of her, especially last year. I know she struggled a little bit with hitting, and she didn't play too much last year, so I definitely love to see that.
Well, if you're St. Paul, bit of trouble here. You got the top of the order coming back up. Still 2 runners on. We're actually gonna get a pinch runner here for Woodland.
We are back at the top of the order with Ella Van Alstyne up with 1 out, runners on first and second here in the second inning.
Woodland's bench is very excited over there.
Definitely, that was the energy that they needed. They needed that spark.
If you're St. Paul, you got to find a way to work out of this inning. It's minimizing the damage. But Kozlak hasn't been doing herself any favors by getting behind in counts.
No, definitely not. She's going to foul that one off. And swing and miss for Ella. Got a 2-2 count here. We have 1 out, runners on first and second.
This would be a big out for Kozlak. It's going to just go foul. I mean, I think they had a chance there to make that play. And I feel like they have to make that play.
100%, especially with only 1 out right now. They needed that out.
And I don't think she'll do that again. It's going to just go foul again. So I think this time, if she gets another fastball, she'll straighten this one out. Pop up, hard rip down the line, but foul. Looking to get the barrel of the bat, hands through the zone.
If I were her, I would throw a changeup.
She will. Let's get Ivy out there. Let's get her to call to the bullpen.
No, right? Give me my jersey.
Well, you got to pitch for St. Paul then. That would be the call to the bullpen.
Oh. And another foul ball to the left side. Van Alstyne's a little bit late here. These pitches are also outside. We have a full count, 1 out. Runners still on first and second for Van Alstyne. He's hoping to get something done. And another foul ball.
Stay away from my car. Oh, that's going to hit something. Oh. Oh, well. Good thing we parked in that second row.
Good thing. Kozlak is waiting for the pitch call here. Here comes the pitch. And it will be a changeup, and she will walk Van Alstyne to load the bases again. And we have number 9, Kate Lazowski, coming up to bat.
Well, if you're Kozak, this is a big out here because look who's in the on deck box. Julia Rowley, who's led their team with RBIs and hits this season.
Lazowski will foul that first one off. And once again, Lazowski's batting .512 on the season. That will be a high.
If I'm Coach Letty, I'm trying to steal home here.
Oh yeah, and she's got the best person on third base to do it too.
Oh, I think they thought about it there. Good jump. It's going to be foul. I mean, does that happen a lot in softball where, like, if there's not a pass ball, you potentially just try to use the right-handed batter to kind of block the catcher's vision and steal someone in?
Not really, not unless there's a suicide squeeze, which is when you absolutely have to get the bunt down.
Oh, gee.
She almost hit Coach Letty with that one. Watch out, Coach.
He's going to back and move closer to us now.
And we have 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Lazowski, and we have the bases loaded with 1 out.
Well, if she can straighten that out, that would be all they need.
That was the one. And another foul ball.
Well, she's putting up a good fight here. I don't know. I mean, I guess we haven't really seen any pitchers in softball really affected by pitch count, but they are making her work a little bit here in the second inning.
Yeah, definitely wearing her out.
And she did pitch 2 days ago. Well, yeah, 2 days ago. So I don't know how much that affects you in softball.
I mean, it depends. She did pitch the whole game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she rested yesterday, so. But even Ella, she pitches every single day. Another foul ball. Ella pitches a lot.
Oh, I think he almost. I think they drilled that car. Almost did. One of the two. It was a car trying to make a turn.
But it's hard in high school when you're pitching so often. You really need to make sure that you rest your arm.
Well, count is full. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the second. 3 for Woodland. 0 for St. Paul. Payoff pitch from Kozlak. It's going to be lifted. That's going to
Go
almost
foul.
hit someone in the head over there.
Lazowski's definitely working the count right now. She has
Good
full
thing,
count. She's had a few foul balls.
Good thing we have this tent right here. Although I think if one of these are hit hard enough, it will go right through.
Well, I could get hit right where I am.
Kozlak will wheel. And that's going to be caught for an out.
That is not the way to go.
Well,
That's tough.
that was a battle there between 2 competitors, and Kozlak got the better of Lazowski there. But that will bring up Julia Rowley with 2 outs and the bases juice. I'd like to see a grand slam here, wouldn't you?
I would too.
If I hit a grand slam, we're going to go crazy on the mics here. So
Yeah, we will. So turn down your volume. There's a nice pitch in there for strike 1 on Rowley. We have a 1-1 count here. 2 outs, bases loaded for Julia.
And St. Paul's parents making some noise here to give Kozlak some juice. Rowley just misses that one. It's going right back at the car. Oh, it hit the car. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I mean, it was bound to happen. It would have been that or the bus, as the bus is coming around now. But that was the pitch. If you're Rowley, you need to take that one. That was on a tee.
That will be a ball. We have a 2-2 count here. That will be ball 3 there on Rowley.
Well, 3-2 count, 2 outs. The merry-go-round will be in motion. A single should bring in 2. This is a good situational hitting here. If Rowley can drive in some more runs here. She's going to rip one right down the line. That's going to get down. Ruddy's waving him around. Van Alstyne is going to be held at third, so that'll plate 2. Rowley double, 2 outs. Woodland 5, St. Paul 0.
Zip. That is the way to do it. That was a great at-bat by Julia Rowley. And that will bring up Ayla DiCrescenzo.
We almost saw go yard in her first at-bat.
We did. Let's see if she could do that again, but with a little more oomph.
Well, Kozlak almost had herself out of trouble, but now she's back in a bit of a hole here. She gives up 5 in this bottom half of the second inning. Yeah, we just got one of our sources just told us that St. Paul is probably going to pull their pitcher soon. They do have a good pitching staff. It's going to be fouled off because we do know that Kozlak doesn't lead their team in ERA. She leads them in wins, but they have, I think, a sophomore who has pitched a few games for them this year, and she actually leads their team in ERA. And that's going to be ripped by DiCrescenzo, and that's going to go foul, but that's going to be caught by St. Paul to get them out of that inning. So Woodland gets 5 around in that bottom half of the second. So Van Alstyne, based off of everything we've seen this year, has more than enough runs to close this thing out. But we did see St. Paul cause a little bit of ruckus in that first inning.
Yeah, definitely. Woodland needs to make sure their defense is solid, especially if they hit the ball. But, I mean, Ella has 4 strikeouts, so what's a few more?
I want to see more than 17. Right? That's still on the table. She's got 5 innings left. Yeah. 15, so she could get 19.
She could.
A lot of energy here.
Definitely is some good energy on
our
the Hawks
cameraman
side.
keeps dancing here to Little John. He's busting moves. If only he wasn't on the camera, I'd flip it around on him.
First up in the third inning for the St. Paul Catholic Falcons, number 14, Brianna Demora.
Brianna Demora will start it off here for the Falcons. And seems... Oh, I thought Ella didn't have her face mask. She does. Ooh, she will make a little bit of contact.
They're really late, though. I don't think he
Extremely.
could. The only, I mean, I guess if you were any later, it would be in Rowley's glove.
Literally.
Oh,
That'll be a wild pitch there for ball 1.
We saw a bit of command issues in that semifinal game. We know there was a lot of rain, but she did hit 3 batters in that win against Wolcott.
Yeah, which I mean, it's not unusual for her to do either, but I mean, the rain definitely played a part in that.
Well, I want to flip more things on our strikeout counter, so someone's got to start throwing some strikeouts.
I know, right?
I have. Oh, all right. That'll. Well, she needs one more. But we had the over/under on strikeouts before the game. Van Alstyne was at 12 and a half. They had Kozlak listed at 5.5. So right now she's a third of the way there.
She's
Just misses.
get that change up in there. She was hoping for a swing, but now we
So
have a full count.
I will say, just because you've worked with Woodland a bit, is she fastball changeup pitcher, or does she have any other pitches in her arsenal? As that'll be fouled off.
She has a. I know she has. I think she has a rise. Um, I don't know if she has a screw or not. I didn't really work with her personally too much, so I'm honestly not positive.
No, you also pitched lefty, right? Or only batted lefty?
No,
I
I
feel
only
like we
batted
went over that.
lefty.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be a
Ooh, that will
strikeout.
hit the umpire's hand.
Was that a foul? I feel like that was a drop third strike.
No, that might have been tipped. I don't really know what that
I
was.
don't think it was tipped. That should have been drop 3.
Oh, Julia's going to attack first base just in case it was.
It looked like drop third strike to me. And Dino Varelli liking our Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, make sure to follow us at Project Purple Sports on Twitter for any updates for sports in general. We've done softball, football, volleyball, baseball, basketball, pretty much any sport that you can think of. So make sure to follow us for updates
That
for
must have
more.
been a that must have been a tip.
I didn't see it.
Oh, and she just now hit her own hand, and Ella is jamming her on
What do
the
you
inside part
you
of the
think
plate.
you set up Rowley away, go outside corner now? You probably worked her off the plate a little bit.
Yeah, she might. Oh no, it looks like she's going back inside. Low. Maybe not. Ooh. That will be strikeout number 5 for Ella, and that one had some pop.
42, Peyton Giambra.
Got to keep the cameraman active.
And this will bring up number 42, which is Peyton Giambra. Oof. And Ella is throwing some heat right now.
Yeah, and if you're St. Paul, I mean, you got to think about making some sort of adjustments here. You're really late on everything, and it's not particularly close. And as I say that, of course, it's ripped. Braun will step fire. 2 away. Well, that was, I think, the best at bat we've seen from a St. Paul batter.
Yeah, I would say. I think Braun thought she might bunt because she came in. She came way in.
Well, this is someone you would potentially expect to lay one down.
And here we have our leadoff hitter, Julia Kozlak. She is a lefty. That'll be high. And 2 outs here.
It doesn't even look like she's. I mean, would you, if you're not given the sign, would you just go up and consider bunting?
I would.
Is that something you think St. Paul should consider doing at some point to manufacture some runs or base runners?
Definitely. I mean, not right now because there's 2 outs, but they can't get the bat on the ball. So soon enough, they're not going to have a choice.
Late again on another Van Alstyne fastball.
Yeah, I don't know what she was like jammed and late, and it's a
She
hot
tried
mess
to
for her.
she tried to show bunt too. It's gonna be ripped and that'll get through. So
Oh, shortstop didn't even put her glove down for that ball.
some soft contact, and there goes the no-hitter for Van Alstyne here in the top of the third.
Now we have number 2, Taylor Williams, up to bat. We have 2 outs, and we have a runner on first base. She reached on throwing error her last at bat.
Way to keep track of those stats for us, Ivy. And that's going to be ripped in, and that'll get down. So they're going to make no, they're going to hold up Kozak. I would have, you know what? I'm always told you don't want to make the last out at third base, but you've had trouble getting people on. Oh, actually, here comes McCullough, and she's your best batter. So I don't mind holding her at second there. But there's 2 back-to-back hits there for St. Paul, top half of the order.
And those they weren't really hard hit balls either. It's just, I mean, that first one, Kate definitely could have gotten that at shortstop, and now Ella's throwing some serious heat.
I feel like whenever she gives up a run or gets runners on, she just gets upset and just starts unloading on that fastball.
Yep, it'd be like that sometimes. Ooh, that will be an inside ball. Yeah,
Looks
the
like-
2-1 count here.
Looks like she's pitching a little bit around McCullough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she really has much of a choice, especially after those first 2 got hits.
Well, I don't think you want to load the bases here with Kozlak on deck. But what do I know? Maybe actually, the lefty-lefty matchup plays more into her favor than this lefty-righty matchup as she attacks with another fastball to run the count full.
Strike 3, and she was
Sit her
not
down.
expecting that one.
That's number 6 for Van Alstyne. Strikeouts. Well, a little bit of a good inning there for St. Paul. Once again, they got some runners on, but they're not able to get them around. And in order to break into that deficit, they're going to need to get them back home. Once again, our cameraman's dancing. He loves this music here at Seymour High School. But here, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like Kozlak waits for everyone to get out there. They stand around second, and then she throws a light pitch. They throw it down, boom, tag, and then they're ready to go.
Yeah, probably so that they don't time her pitches. But
Well,
I mean, they've already gone through the order, so what's the point?
I don't know if it really worked in that last inning. She gave up 5. But, I mean, I guess maybe fatigue. I don't know. Something plays a factor, but we'll see if Kozlak can figure it out. I think Braun led off the last inning, and she got everything started.
Yeah, no, there was someone up before her. I think someone got out before she did, before she got up.
Rowley.
Rowley, yeah.
No, Rowley didn't get out. Rowley got a double. Who's after Rowley?
Oh, it was Ayla. That was Ayla. Got hit that ball to the fence and it was caught.
Standing along the right field line, left field line, in the bleachers, and of course the people in the outfield.
And that's going to be ripped by Braun, and that's going to just go foul.
Just foul.
She's still turning. She thinks
Oh.
it's some play. That was a foul ball. I mean, A for effort on the hustle there, but
I think she was the last to know.
yeah, she was. Well, I mean, she did hit it well, just a little bit early there. I mean, that's what you like to see, though. If you're Woodland, staying locked in. No.
That was on the outside corner of the plate for ball 1. Ooh. She will do a little hop with that one, hit second base. She will be out at first.
Well, I will say she does like when she bats, she gets a lot of power on that back foot and then comes through and where she generates a lot of her force.
Yeah, she does.
What was it
Which
when you?
is what you should
What
do.
would I say? But when you batted, what were you doing? Were you doing high leg kick? Were you
No,
quick
normal.
normal? What is normal? That's going to be foul ball for strike
Just,
one.
I don't know, just a normal swing.
What is considered normal swing? Because you see a lot of people. Would you have your hands up here, bring them down?
No, my hands will be right
Your
here.
hands
I
are right in.
load.
Did you like turn your hips a little bit? Boom, right through the zone.
You have to. That's how you hit the
Well,
ball.
yeah, all right, but I'm just trying to see, like, maybe you're like one of those people that opens up at the last second, has an open stance, moves the leg in,
I do have a
you
little bit
know?
of an open
So you
stance.
open and then reload and then go to the ball.
No, I leave my foot open a little.
It's gonna be
Oh, that
dropped
will
in.
drop. Those are those soft triangles. We worked on those in college all the time. Soft triangle between the outfielder and the two infielders, and it drops right in the middle. My coach used to put the ball in the machine, and we'd have to do soft triangles all morning.
Soft triangles. I mean, for when I played, there was no soft triangles. I was hitting it out of the fence. So, a bit of different approach there.
When was that? Little League?
It's gonna be, they're gonna double them up here. So St. Paul will get out of the inning here.
Nothing you could really do about that one. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a line drive, but she just got caught up.
Yeah, but when it's hit, you gotta freeze, you know?
That is true. Luddy's definitely not too happy about that one.
No, I think she has a lot of respect for the other team, though.
She may.
Oh, the wind is trying to give Kozlak some strikeouts over here. Well, Woodland will come back out to defend. We head to the top of the fourth. Woodland 5, St. Paul 0. They have the fifth batter coming up, which I think will be another McCullough. It looks like Layla McCullough. And I don't know. Oh, they're going to hand some sunglasses. I don't know why you need sunglasses at this point, so good thing to put them back. But back to that hitting discussion. So you were explaining your stance before we had some action there. So what do you say? You open a little bit, come back in, and then hand through
No,
the
you don't
zone? Or?
come back in.
Well, I'm
My
asking what your stance was.
my feet are like this,
Okay. Yeah.
and then I load, and then
And
close when I swing.
you okay. All right. All right. Yeah. I didn't know if you had any swag with your stance.
I think that's a little bit of swag, a little open stance.
Well, I didn't know if you like you pump the bat a little bit, intimidate the pitcher.
No, my dad wouldn't allow me to move my bat.
Oh, and speaking of that, Francisco Lindor home run to center for the Mets.
Slay.
Kozlak
Ooh, that
takes
was a
strike one.
lazy swing.
So we have Kozlak and then McCullough's on deck.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. You're not gonna call it a strike? That looked really good.
That was a beautiful pitch.
I mean, I guess Kozlak had the right decision to lay off that one. Although I think that'll be fouled off. If you were St. Paul, you might have to start trying to hit those changeups because they're a lot slower. And I feel like they're relatively easier to time. Maybe.
I mean, it depends. It's hard when she's throwing a few really fast fastballs and then she hits you with the changeup. Especially because her changeup is pretty slow very, very slow actually, compared
So
to
it's
her
probably like 40 miles
fastball.
per hour, if that.
Yeah, Ella has a very good changeup.
It's a huge drop off.
Hmm.
But I feel like that's where you're gonna get damaged, and that's gonna be ripped, and that'll be an error there.
That will go right off the third baseman's
Right.
glove. Lazowski will attempt the throw, but she'll be safe at first.
Well, they almost had Kozlak still at first, but that'll bring up Lily McCullough.
For the Falcons, number 6, Layla McCullough.
Yes, maybe not. Lily McCullough. Layla McCullough, one of the two.
This is Lily. No, what number is she? 6?
Yeah,
Layla.
Layla. Okay. Oh, they did bring in a pinch runner.
Layla, then Lily.
Those are twins, right? I would assume so.
I would assume.
Maybe cousins. We never specified. There's Van
Did not.
Alstyne who missed.
Van Alstyne.
Stein. I did it again. I apologize. They're gonna.
Ooh, she will bunt that foul.
Good idea.
That was definitely a good idea. I mean, they got to move the runners over with no outs. That's what they got to do. So let's see if she does it again.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what their signs are. I'm just watching their third base coach here, and depending on what she does here will be depending on if I'm able to tell what their signs are. Yeah, that was not. That was a swing away, and she will, but be very late. I mean, I feel like at this point you gotta potentially be able to start timing these pitches a little bit. I mean, you're seeing the same velocity on almost all the fastballs. The only thing you need to be worried about is that changeup.
Right. But I mean, there's really nobody in the NVL that throws as hard as Ella. So, I mean, you see her once and you go through lineup a couple times. It's still tough when you have a pitcher that throws as hard as she does.
Yeah, but I feel like that'll be a good changeup at a low, trying to get her to chase, and that'll be a full count. I feel like though, but when you're in practice, right, and you're bringing out the machine, you're probably trying to simulate what it's like. And I know it's a little bit different, but you've got to. I mean, at this stage, you got to be able to have known that what to see low 60s.
Well, yeah, especially, I mean, if these girls are going to play in college, you got to be able to hit this speed because that's all you're going to see when you get there.
Well, we're looking for a seventh strikeout here. Come on, Ella.
And we have no outs and full count here. Ooh, that will be strike 3. And that will be Ella's 7th strikeout of the night.
Yeah, I made this sweet sign that I'll show to you guys in between the innings today. I mean, it says
It took him an
strikeout.
hour to do it.
It says, what does it say? Strikeout counter?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it came out really sweet, but I have it so people out there can see it, as that's going to be upstairs to McCullough. This is her sister, Lily, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I had him flip-flop in the last bat, and that's going to be a good changeup. Miss upstairs.
We have 2-0 count, and Rowley's going to go to Ella for a little timeout here.
What do you think they're talking about here right now?
Probably nothing.
Just
Hanging.
just slowing down the game for her,
Yeah.
giving her a little bit of rest.
Hmm.
I'm pretty good, you know. Can't complain.
Special guest from the Woodland Star.
As Van Alstyne waits to throw the pitch here.
Yeah, seven Ks for her on the day. We had the line set at 12 and a half, so she's on her way, and that'll be missed upstairs again. So she falls behind 3-0. Well, let me guess, she's gonna throw a fastball inside.
Incorrect. She will walk her. Now we have runners on first and second. We have 1 out, and we have Stella Buccino, the catcher, coming up.
I feel like she's having a pretty good season for them too. No, I think she leads them in a few statistical categories.
Oh, yeah, her average is 508, and she has 33 hits.
Oh, she'll fall behind in the count to start, 0-1. Looking at, I mean, St. Paul's got to get something across here in this inning. Oh,
Ooh, she will drop to her knees for that one.
well. Would you consider potentially bunting here with 1 out?
Yes, 100%. Personally, if I were up, I would probably bunt.
Well, I think they need to make a little bit of make some adjustments to a little bit of small ball and try to make Woodland's defense make some plays like in that first inning. And I don't know what's going on. They just called time or something. But I mean, we'll see what Bucicino can do here. Van Alstyne is really struggling with her command right now.
We have 3 balls and 1 strike, 1 out on Buccino. And that will be ball 4 to load the bases for the Falcons. And now we have Brianna Demora coming up.
Uh-oh.
And
Coach
Coach Luddy
Luddy.
will head to the mound for a meeting.
You think she'll ever consider pulling Van Alstyne in a game like this?
No,
Just
absolutely not.
regrouping, talking some strat?
Yeah, she would never.
You think she's probably more setting the defense on, look, they're probably going to bring the. Would you sit in double play depth here? Would you move the corners in, play at the plate, force?
I think that the whole infield's probably going to come in a little bit.
Well, this
Maybe,
has been.
maybe not.
Maybe they'll sit. I think the corners are in a little bit, and the middle infield is about at double play depth. This is the most pressure Van Alstyne Steen has been under.
So we actually just got word that the McCullough sisters are not twins. They're just sisters.
Don't they have 3 of them on the team?
There are 3 on the team, so I guess they're all just sisters.
Okay. All right. Apologize for that one. But St. Paul threatening here, and they need to get something going this inning. It's almost now or never for them. Bases loaded with 1 out.
Now is definitely the time to do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you can plate 2 to 3 here, you at least make it more manageable for the rest of the game. But you can't miss out on a chance like this.
Oof.
Well, 3-1 count, and what do you think? You just waiting to see if she throws a strike at this point?
I mean, you can't even. I don't know. You can't risk it. Let's see what happens. Oh, all right, good. 3-2 count. She seems to be swinging pretty slow, pretty lazy. So I mean, if Ella can get a good fastball in there for a strike, then she'll be golden. But we'll see what happens.
Looks like Rowley's setting up inside.
Ooh, strike 3. That will be the 8th strikeout for Van Alstyne. And now we have Peyton Giambra up to bat. And we have
Whoa.
2 outs, bases loaded for the St. Paul Falcons.
This is a big spot. Bases loaded. You got to put something in play at least. Make Woodland make a play.
And that will be a first pitch strike for Van Alstyne. Ooh, that'll be a changeup in the dirt. That'll be fouled back.
Got a piece of it. But now Van Alstyne has her right where she wants her with 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases are loaded. Let's see if she'll put her away here.
Ooh.
No, she'll miss upstairs.
And Ella definitely just needs to breathe. I see her taking some deep breaths out there.
And Giambra's hanging in there tough right now. And she's going to foul one off. Stay alive. She's just a little bit behind. I mean, she's not as off as some of the St. Paul batters have been. but she does need to speed up. I mean, I would see potentially throw a changeup low and see if you can get her to chase something out of the zone here. She will, but Jumper will wait, and nice play by Braun.
Braun jumps and catches that, saving probably 2 runs from scoring. That was an excellent play by Braun.
I will say that's probably the best at bat we've seen up to this point for St. Paul, with Giambra waiting on the changeup and driving it, which I think realistically 90% of the time that's going to be a hit.
Definitely.
Well, we
Probably
head to the
95% of the
95.
time.
Well, that's called flash and leather with your Braun, saving
Mm.
some runs and saving your pitcher, getting her out of trouble there. But we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Woodland still leads 5-0. They're going to come up, look to get the bats going once again. And we got a little bit of Mr. Brightside playing. So vibes are at an all-time high at Seymour High School. So, that's what I wanted to show you guys in between innings here. Can we turn that for our cameraman?
I'd have to untape it.
No, just turn the thing. Can you turn it without untaping it?
Oh yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, see if you can get a zoom in on that. Zoom in on that for us. This is what I made today, guys.
I
Strikeout
helped.
counter.
I
See
helped.
that?
It took us an hour.
So we got a bit of a strikeout counter here right now. We have here's our current 8 for Van Alstyne and say Woodland, and then none for St. Paul up to this point. But we figured after she threw 17 last game, we should bring a strikeout counter.
We now have Gabby Capobianco up to bat for the Hawks.
She'll take strike 1 from Kozlak. She's gonna go.
She's gonna try to bunt. Oh no, that's not Gabby. That's Chloe Servone. Oh, Chloe's hitting now. Gabby was hitting for Chloe. Chloe's playing right field. So now Chloe's in to hit.
Well, I'll say on the bunt there, she just didn't get the barrel down and get it squared.
Oh no, but if she gets the bunt down, she's gonna be safe every single time. She will foul that one off.
Oh, the bunt is off the table as she's down 0-2 in the count.
Yep.
So the infield will step back, go to normal playing depth. Payoff pitch from Kozlak, fouled off.
Foul. Ooh, that will be a ball for Chloe Servone. We have a 1-2 count here with no outs. And she will foul that one as well.
Souvenir over there. Oh, it's coming our way. Ah, not close enough. If one comes over here our way, I'm going to drop my headset and try to catch it.
Good luck.
I'll catch it, no problem. And then I'll bring it on camera, show it to you guys.
Ooh,
It's going to be
that
inside.
will be a ball.
Good fight here. From Servone. It's going to be fouled off again.
Way to work the count for Servone. She's definitely making Kozlak work out there.
Yeah, she is. I feel like a lot of Woodland's at-bats have made Kozlak work a lot harder than she wants to. It's going to be
Ooh.
ripped way back, and that's going to go back of the track over the
Oh,
head of the right
yes.
fielder. So Cervone's going to come into second. They're going to wave it to third. She's going to get in with a stand-up triple, and she's hyped. So is Woodland.
And one thing about Chloe Cervone is she is one of the fastest players I have ever seen. So definitely goes to show that any other player probably would not have gotten a triple off that ball.
Not even you?
Not even me. Now we have Angie Tottenham up to bat.
Is she kind of broke the game open there in that
Yeah.
what was it, bottom of the fourth? She's gonna slap right back to Kozak. Kozak's gonna freeze, and she won't
Ooh,
get a play anywhere. I don't know why she didn't try to throw it to first.
because Chloe would have scored.
I think, but you gotta get out.
You do have to get out, but I think they didn't want the run even more.
Well, as we're gonna get, I think, a visit to the mound here, and it looks like Kozak may be done. And yes, looks like they're gonna bring in. Oh, I don't know how to. Harley Durfer? I'm butchering it.
Emmendorfer? Emmendorfer?
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I know they are bringing her in. Well, that'll be the end of Kozlak's night. She goes three three innings, 5 runs, some hits, no Ks, and St. Paul's looking to get themselves out of another jam here. The bottom of the fourth.
This girl looks like she has a little bit more speed than Kozlak did.
Oh, we just got word that she leads the team in ERA.
She
Shout
does
out
lead the
to
team
our
in ERA.
statistician.
Her ERA is a 1.3.
Now pitching for the Falcons, number 8, Harley Emmendorfer.
Well, I guess if you're St. Paul, you needed to make a change, and they did. I wonder where. So Kozak looks like she's gonna head on to play first base, and they're gonna bring.
Brianna Demora comes off of first base, and Kozlak heads over there.
Well, if you're Hartley, you get thrown into a bit of a tough situation here with runners on the corners, no outs, and Van Alstyne coming up to bat. Um, Probably not a position you would like to be thrown into very frequently.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough spot to be in, especially coming with Van Alstyne up to bat.
And the top of the order. So then you have Lazowski, Rowley, and those are not fun at bats for any pitcher. A little bit of pop, and they're going to throw back. Cervone's going to get back safely. Well, she's only a sophomore, too.
Who?
This is Harley. There's a big spot as Van Alstyne's going to rip one. That's going to drill a car. Stay away from my truck.
I think it hit your truck.
No, it didn't. I saw it reflect the other way.
It hit the Maverick.
Yeah, hopefully not. I'm going to be bringing a receipt over
Oh,
to
pass ball. Cervone stays at third. Runners at second and third here. No outs for Van Alstyne.
She's going to rip one off of the glove, and it's going to get through the second baseman. They're going to send everyone. Everyone scores, and everyone's safe.
It will
Woodland.
be a 7-0 game.
And they're doing a little bit of these in the dugout,
Number 9,
celebrating.
Kate Lebowski.
And here we are with Kate Lazowski coming up to bat.
Well, for those who do not know, mercy rule in softball is 12. So I don't know if we've I mean, I don't know how often it's happened, but if there's been mercies, that's going to be ripped by Lazowski, but foul.
Oof.
She was really just early. If she straightened that one out, goodbye ball.
Just waiting for the pitch call here. And here comes the pitch. And she's going to steal second and be safe. And Ella is heading to third base, and she will be up easily. Still no outs here for the Hawks.
Yeah, we saw that the other night. She stole 3 bases against Wolcott. So now a little bit easier for Lazowski here to get an RBI driven in with no outs. And that's going to be ripped right to the third. They're going to hold toward the first. They're going to be off the bag. So
And
everyone's going to be.
safe.
There we go. Way to finish my sentence. I was waiting for it.
And the Hawks will take the lead 8-0 against the Falcons.
So we don't want to get that far ahead yet, but Mercy looks like it could be an effect in this inning if they can get 4 across. And here comes Julia Rowley up to bat. I'm getting word again from our statistician. For those who have just joined us, we did mention that she does lead the team in RBIs a few times, but what's one more? She's going to rip it up the middle, play it second, out. Won't get her at first, so 1 away.
And here's Ayla DiCrescenzo coming up to bat for the Hawks.
Next up for Woodland, number 15, Ayla DiCrescenzo.
She's got some power in this bat. If she can turn on one, that's a short. It's like Yankee Stadium with a short right field porch over there.
Ooh, she did not want to swing at that.
Yeah, she got froze. Frozone. Well, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first, and that's going to be drilled into the ground. Second baseman will come up, make a play. Thought about going to third. Throw back is it into the outfield, but
No, say. No advancement there.
well, Rowley, if she didn't slide back into second, she would have been able to be on her way to third.
Mhm.
And here comes a dangerous hitter for Woodland.
Caitlin Braun.
She's already did some damage earlier in this game. Looking to add more. She's going to rip one. That's going to die, though, right to McCullough. Can of corn. That'll end the inning for St. Paul. So we're going to move to the top of the 5th, and St. Paul trails 8-0. They need to wake up those bats, and we're going to get some input from Ivy on how St. Paul can get back into this game. Come on, you've played in these situations. You've never been down 8-0 in a game?
I mean, when I have, we've lost.
Okay. All right. Well, let's what do they need to do instead of just saying that they're gonna lose?
They need to get the bunts down. I mean, they need to get runners on base. There's no other way to put it. They're really not getting runners on base besides the first couple innings. And even when they did get runners on base, they obviously couldn't advance them. So at this point, I would say it's just a matter of getting some bodies out there on the field, on the bases.
WWIGD. What would Ivy Geloso do? In her words, when we were down 8-0, we've lost. So
Probably. I mean, sometimes.
you never know. You never know.
You definitely never know. But I think they need to get the bunts down because it seems as though, besides, they did have a couple hits. So, I mean, maybe now this time around the lineup, they'll be able to put the bat on the ball.
Now up for the Falcons.
Well, what I will say though is with 3 more innings to pitch for Van Alstyne, she has a chance to get 17 strikeouts and tie her career high if she strikes out the next 9 batters. But we had the line at 12 and a half strikeouts, so she should be close with 8, because that's going to be miss high for ball 1.
Now we have number 24, Julia. This is the Julia Kozlak up to bat.
Well, at least they have the top of the order up. This is where you got to do some damage if you're St. Paul. And I mean, I don't know why they haven't considered potentially laying down a bunt with Kozlak.
Yeah, I mean, she's a lefty. She looks like she could be fast.
You think it's just not in her repertoire?
Maybe not. But I mean, kind of has to be when you can't get the bat on the ball.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if I was playing softball, I would just work on being the most elite slap punter there is. Oh,
That was a beautiful pitch by Ella.
yeah. I mean, if this was if we had the umpire crew from the other night, that would have been strike 3. They had a wide and high zone, which helped the pitchers, and it doesn't
And that
even
will
matter.
be strike 3 and strikeout number 9 for Ella Van Alstyne.
Falcons, number 2, Taylor Williams.
Now we have Taylor Williams up to bat. And that was a nice fastball in there for a strike.
Yeah, she's going to work this inning. She's going right and attacking the top of the order, which is part of the order that has actually hurt her today.
And that'll be strike 2.
Williams late again on that fastball. Ball in the dirt. 1-2 count. 1 out. Williams will get ready. Van Alstyne will step in and get ready to deal. Looking for strikeout number 10. And she's got it.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to reset the board on this side.
Falcons, number 32, Bella McCullough.
Wow, double-digit Ks in back-to-back games. Well, not way back-to-back games. 10 tonight, 17 the other night.
And now
This
we
is-
have Bella McCullough up to bat.
She's their most dangerous batter based off of the statistics we have on her from the season. And she did have a few hits the other night in that win against Seymour. Oh,
Ooh, that was high and inside. We have 2 balls here and 2 outs.
woo!
And that will be strike 1.
I feel like they either need to try to shorten up their swings or
That's what
swing
he's telling
earlier.
her to do.
But it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, it is difficult to shorten your swing.
She's going
Ooh,
to
and
rip that
She waited
into
on
the
that change.
gap.
That was a beautiful hit.
So this, just when you think there's a little bit out for St. Paul, they pull you right back in with a double with 2 outs.
That was nice. She hit that perfectly. She loaded. She waited for that ball to come in. She did just what she needed to do. That was an excellent hit by McCullough.
Well, here's a chance. Kozlak, your 4 batter coming up. McCullough on second, looking to break through in the 5th. At least get one across, get some momentum for the next 3 innings. She's got one of the sliding mitts on. Did you ever wear those when you played?
No.
I had the conversation the other night as Van Alstyne will deal for strike 1 about a lot of players just are focused on swag now these days, and I mean you can get some swag on, but like it's all about the fundamentals, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think those are honestly unnecessary. I also never dove in softball. I only slid.
They're gonna appeal and they're gonna say she won a round, so 10 Ks, looking for number 11 after giving up a double. A lot of pressure on St. Paul. Kozlak will wait. Pitches up, and it's strike number 11. Do, 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 do.
Uh,
Sit down and stand up. Oh, I have 19 strikeouts for her here. Whoops. It's number 11. Man.
and we are 8-0 Woodland in the middle of the 5th inning here at Seymour High School.
Yeah, they're doing some classics here, but let's take a quick moment here to revisit our keys of the game and see how everything's panning out right now. So, Ivy, as we mentioned, the first two keys of the game for Woodland, Ella Van Alstyne gets on the bus. She arrives to the game, and then offense scores early and often. It looks like they checked all three of those boxes. 11 strikeouts for her and 8 runs for Woodland as we head to the bottom half of the fifth. St. Paul, they needed Kozlak to pitch a gem, and she did her best, but Woodland got to her early, and then she was knocked out in that fourth inning with Harley on the mound now. They needed to manufacture runs any way they could. They had some innings, they've left some runners on base, and they needed to execute the little things, and they haven't done that yet tonight.
If not, no big deal. I'll walk to my car if I have to.
All right, and we have number 3, Paige Chiamonte, up for the Hawks. And she has 2 balls on her. And she is going to hit that one into center field, and it is going to be caught. 1 out here for the Falcons.
The Hawks with 4. You guys have any
Next up for the Hawks, number 16, Ella George.
They're in the office.
And here we have Emma DeGeorge up to bat. She has 1 strike on her.
No, we're not in any danger, but you know me, I have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
She's going to hold there on that one.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for DeGeorge. And she will foul that one off. Well behind in the count, 1 and 2.
You know what, Coach? You're gonna be okay.
Oh, that was
No. That was a nice pitch.
yeah. It's been a very, very tight zone by this umpire behind the plate. Not really allowing any. I mean, that was a pitcher's pitch. We've seen some umps give that as strike 3. That'll be grounded down to the third baseman. She'll step fire, not in time.
She
So
will
DeGeorge,
be safe.
yeah, DeGeorge is on. So 1 out, and looking to make some more noise in this inning is Woodland. They've had 2 big innings the past 2 innings, where they plated 5 runs and then 3 runs.
And Chloe Cervone will be up to bat again.
You think she's gonna go for a slap?
I don't know. We'll see. No, bunt. Oof.
She's just not squaring the barrel around.
No, she's not.
She's trying to place it down the third base line, but she's not squaring it up enough, which is, I mean, it looked like she would have had a beautiful bunt there had she squared up around, and she would have beat it out with a quick step out of the box.
And that will be a ball there for Chloe.
Well, I'd let her swing the bat. She had a triple her last at bat, so why not?
Right. And that'll be in the dirt. Ooh, that'll be a little bit of a high strike there on Cervone.
Well, it looks like he's listening to me about his small strike zone, expanding it a little bit. It's going to be
Pitch.
ripped back to Harley. Harley will make the out. 2 away.
Now up to Woodland, number 2, Angelina Tottenham.
Here's Angie Tottenham, center fielder, up for the Hawks.
She's going to look to slap, right?
Yeah, she slaps.
Like the game that we had last night.
It's going to be an easy play for Giambra. Side is retired. And St. Paul needs to get those bats awake as they have 6 more outs left in the game. Looking to do some damage unless they can force overtime. So why don't we take a quick,
Overtime.
overtime, extra innings. I'm stuck in basketball mode. But let's take a quick break here to thank our sponsors. So we want to thank New Balance. New Balance has been crucial in our everything we've done Project Purple related, from supporting our run teams, outfitting us with merch, outfitting us with shoes, and now with Project Purple Sports. They outfit schools that host pancreatic cancer awareness games with co-branded Project Purple and New Balance jerseys. Well, co-branded, more like tri-branded with that high school as well too. So we like to thank them for all of their support and this great partnership and allowing us to bring awareness into these other communities throughout the United States. And we'd also like to thank Hartford Healthcare. Back in 2024 in November, we provided Hartford Healthcare a $750,000 grant to create the largest high-risk pancreatic cancer screening program in Connecticut. This grant is the largest philanthropic donation made for a pancreatic cancer initiative in Connecticut state's history. This program aims to create a systematic approach to screen those at high risk. And in the words of our founder and CEO, Dino Varelli, it's incredibly meaningful to create an impact here in our home state. And the overarching mission of this program is to create a statewide model that services everyone. And we want this program to become a blueprint that can be applied to other states nationwide. So thank you for Hartford Healthcare and thank you to New Balance for all of your support.
And now we have Layla McCullough up to bat.
In
And that
there.
one will be in there for a first pitch strike.
Well, looking for strikeout number 12. We had over under on strikers. That's going to be pushed right to the first baseman. Step on the bag, 1 away.
And that was a very easy out for DiCrescenzo there at first base.
Yeah, and Woodland is now 5 outs away from ending their drought of an NVL championship. It's close, and I feel like they can feel it too. And if you're St. Paul, you got your backs up against the wall down 8, but you got to find a way to prolong the game as much as you can. It's going to be ripped right to Lazowski. She's going to double clutch fire across the diamond. 2 away.
Next up, number 1, Stella Pacino.
So some solid contact here from St. Paul batters in this inning. Finally starting to catch up to this fastball.
Oh, that was Lily, I think, not Layla. Now we have Stella Buccino up to bat.
That's what he said about me all the time. That's what he said about me all the time. Don't stand behind Henry in the play line.
It's going to be ripped foul and out of play. So Buccino falls behind in an 0-2 count. 2 outs here. Van Alstyne will get ready and set. Looking for strikeout number 12.
And that'll be a ball inside. Just a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would.
Well, it's going to be lifted out of play.
We have 2 outs here. 2 strikes, 1 ball on Buccino.
It's going to be lifted out. Lazowski will handle that one. Can of corn. I know you like when I say that. End of the inning. Woodland, 3 outs away from ending their drought of an NVL championship.
And we have 17 viewers tonight. We are popping.
All-time high for softball.
Oh, we peaked at 21. We just got news from our cameraman. Shout out Luke Varelli.
Yeah, we'll take it. Softball. We've been trying to grow this part of our program a little bit more, and it's been great. And we're getting the Cotton Eye Joe. Zoom in on the Woodland dugout for me. Zoom in on the Woodland dugout. No, they're not doing it anymore. Damn.
Short-lived Cotton Eye Joe action.
Let's get our cameraman doing the Cotton Eye Joe for us.
Yeah, Luke, go ahead. I'll record you.
Do the Cotton Eye Joe. He's doing it. And well, I will say it's been great. The weather has held off. For a minute, it looked a little bit suspect. It started to drizzle when we first got here. We set up a tent for no reason at this point, but it looks cool, I guess. We're getting people to stare at us. So we got a tent up. We have
Yeah,
a
they're
nice
wondering
project.
what's going on under that blue tent.
Yeah, well, we got some nice banners up. We got a nice Project Purple banner. We have a nice strikeout counter there. I mean,
That took Zach an hour to make.
it was because
Don't
I
forget.
do a
Don't forget.
do a good job. Do a good job. Add pieces to make this program as fun as possible for all these student athletes. And top of the order for Woodland.
And Ella Van Alstyne's up to bat. She will take ball 1 in the dirt. Here comes the pitch, and that will be ball 2 in the dirt again for Harley.
Yeah, to your point, she does have more velocity than Kozlak did. I'm wondering if you might have considered starting her if you're St. Paul, and then switching to Kozlak later. If anything, as Van Alstyne will rip one
Yes.
through.
And that will get through the third baseman and the shortstop into left field on the ground. And that will bring up number 9, Kate Lazowski.
She was flashing the leather in that last inning. Some good plays made by her to get 2 outs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you have Woodland's record scores from past games. They've just been a juggernaut this year, just destroying anything that's in their way. I mean, if you look at it, I think they have 4 or 5 games where they've scored 20 plus runs.
Yeah, let's see exactly how many.
And Van Alstyne will go. She's going to get in. She's going to make the turn to third. Oh, she's going to hold.
They have
So
5 games where they've scored 20 plus runs.
her second stolen base of the game. And yeah, I mean, that's very impressive. Well, runner in scoring position. I haven't got this reference yet today, but I know you like this one. A duck on the pond for Woodland.
Ooh, Lazowski will hold on that one for a strike.
Our cameraman says instead of duck on a pond, a hawk on a pond.
Wow.
And that's going to be slowly ripped to third, and Van Alstyne will advance to third. So productive out from Lazowski.
Move the runner. Now we have number 8, Julia Rowley, up to bat, looking to do some damage and bring Ella in for that 9th run of the game.
She has a 2 RBI double back in the, I want to say the 4th inning.
Hmm.
And another storyline we didn't even get into. It's the Battle of the Birds today.
It is the
Hawks
Battle
and
of the Birds.
Falcons.
I was a Hawk and then I was a Falcon. Isn't that
And that's
crazy?
going to be ripped. Took the leather off that ball. Rowley's going to go to second. Van Alstyne will score. 9-0. So far, Hawks showing that they're better than Falcons.
Go Hawks.
Well, Woodland is rolling along.
They will now have a pinch hitter in for the Hawks.
It's going to be Lila DeBona, freshman. So Woodland getting into their bench a little bit here. They're looking to maybe end this one here in 6 and not even get to that top of the 7th.
We have one out here and Julia Rowley on second base for Lila DeBona. It's getting a little chilly out here.
I like it. I've been moving around a lot. Normally I'm sitting down during the streams, but because of the fence in front of us, I got to stand. So I'm moving around a little bit more than I usually would. She's going to rip one over McCullough's head, who was playing in.
Soft triangle. Ooh, and Julia will slide into third base and she will be safe.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. It looked like her hand came off the bag from my angle, and so did our cameraman. Well, if only they had our instant replay, they would be able to challenge that one. But
If
I mean,
only.
yeah, I mean, it was a tough play, but her hand did come off the bag from where we were, but she is safe. So runners on the corners, very dangerous. Braun is up to bat. They will bring in a pinch runner to run for DeBona. That'll be Cassie Lynch. Braun could end the game with a swing here. She has the power. She's going to rip one through the gap. Cut off nicely by the left fielder, but that'll bring in another run. Rowley will score. 10-0. Runners on first and second. Woodland is rolling. They're rolling and controlling.
And that was 100 hits for Caitlin Braun.
Zoom in on that sign. Nope, they put it down.
Congratulations.
They're putting everything down before you can zoom in on it. So did they toss that ball on the side for her?
I don't know. I hope so.
It would have been a classy gesture.
And that will be a strike here for Paige Chiramonte.
Well, Woodland continuing to bring the bats out. It's going to be
And
a
a
pass ball.
ball. Now we have runners on second and third. And it is 10-0 Woodland with runners on second and third. One out in the sixth inning.
A single could drive in 2 and end the game. St. Paul needs to be on alert. It's going to be foul.
Foul.
No, it's just been dominant showing start to finish for Woodland here. Did you know what's crazy is Van Alstyne has more strikeouts than Woodland has runs. And they have 10, and that's going to be ripped way back, sending him back of the track at the wall. It's going to be dropped.
She dropped it.
So if Braun comes in, Braun's looking to end the game. She's going to make the turn. Play at the plate, not in time.
And those
That'll be 12 runs.
Will score. And
That
that
should
will be the
do it.
game. Excellent performance by the Hawks. And they are the NVL champions.
Someone cue Queen. We are the champions. What's going on here? They're sending him back out. Is there no mercy in I don't know what's going on. I thought mercy rule was 12 in softball. All right, hold on. I'm going to return that final off right now. It's 12-0.
There is no mercy.
I'm being told there's no mercy in the championship, which
which is
it's
pretty crazy to me.
well, they will score two, and the inning will keep going for Woodland, who leads 12-0. And it's kind of odd, though. I mean, I guess it
Next
makes
up for
sense.
Hawks, number 16, Emma DeGeorge.
Well, DeGeorge will come up to bat with another duck on the pond, one out, 12-0 lead for Woodland. I guess there is no mercy rule, but it will be pretty cool to see Van Alstyne pitch and potentially hit 14 strikeouts,
Mhm. And I'm sure she will.
which I need 13. I had her at 12 and a half. Took the over. So Coach Luddy looks a little bit confused here as well. So we just got word from Seymour's AD, and there is no mercy rule in a championship.
Which I don't really think that's fair, especially when it's 12-0 after 6 innings. I mean,
Well, I mean, I guess the way you look at it is it's a lot of, these seniors' last time playing softball. And that's going to
true.
be ball two. I mean, yeah, maybe they come up getting that bat. Maybe there's another uh, batter for St. Paul that's one hit away from 100 hits or something like that. Allows them to get the chances. DeGeorge is going to drop that down the first base line. Coach Luddy's going to hold up Santoro, pinch runner at third, so runners on the corner. One out. Woodland, as Dusty Locane said, rolling and controlling.
Next up, number 5, Gabriella Bianco.
And it looks like they're going to change pitchers.
This is Brianna Demora coming into pitch, who was previously at first base.
So, new pitcher, Harley Amendorfor, is done, and she looks upset on her way to the dugout. And
Now
that's going to
pitching
bring
is
in
number 14, Brianna Tamora.
Brianna Demora to pitch and look to get the last two outs for St. Paul. And Coach Letty correcting the stats on the other people's broadcast. But Capo Bianco will step into the plate. I'm wondering, did you overhear? I'm asking my cameraman. I have my headset on. What set Harley Amanda for off? As she looks very upset in the dugout. Coach is trying to calm her down. And Seymour's going to turn some more lights on here. Capo Bianco will step in. One out, or runners on the corners. Demora will wheel and late fouled off. So a bit of growing pains for Harley. She's only a sophomore. She pitched well. This is just a very, very tough Woodland team. They haven't been tested much all season except for Seymour as they're going to steal. DeGeorge will steal the bag with ease. Not even a throw down. Runners on second and third now. And parents are upset that Woodland is still playing softball. So I mean, I guess it isn't necessary. But what are you going to tell these kids to stop playing in a championship game? I don't think so. As Capo Bianco will foul one off. Count 2-2, one out. So Woodland scores 4 in this bottom of the 6th, and Capobianco rips it back to the Demora, and Woodland is going to be caught here, and they're not going to even throw to Georgia's just going to go back to second. So 2 away. And that's going to bring up Angie Tottenham. She will slap bunt or slap hit with 2 outs here. We've seen that all game from her. She has 2 ducks on the pond looking to add to Woodland's lead, and she's going to be late. It'll be strike 1. Tottenham's going to be late on that one as well. She'll fall down in the count 0-2. Demora looking to end the inning here for St. Paul. So Tottenham will rip that one right to the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. Great play there by McCullough. And so Woodland, 3 outs away from a dominant NVL championship showing. And we need 2 strikeouts from Van Alstyne. As looks like they're going to bring Edwin Diaz into the game. Where is he? They're playing the trumpets. And if you've ever watched the Mets play, you know when you hear those trumpets, the game is on lockdown and it is over. And that's what Van Alstyne Stein has done all day.
This song really pumps me up.
Yeah, she's fanned 11, allowing no runs, minimal hits, and Woodland is ready to party. Their dugout is dancing. They got a dance circle going on. They're dancing in the outfield. St. Paul is down to its last 3 outs, and it'll be Demora who came in to get the last 2 outs of that bottom of the 6th, looking to keep it going for St. Paul.
Now up to the Falcons, number 14, Brianna Demora.
She's going to go right to work, attacking with a fastball. Get ahead in the count, 0-1.
That will be in there for strike 2.
So looking for a strikeout, number 12 is Van Alstyne. Stein. Jeez, I'm sorry. I apologize. Mrs. Hine upstairs. It's in my head right now, and now I'm just confusing myself. And I don't know, but impressive pitching performance from Ella.
Yeah, impressive performance on all cylinders by the whole team.
Well, I think you can say I nailed the keys to the games.
I think so too. Getting Ella on the field.
And then supporting her pitching with runs early and often, which they have done as they lead 12-0.
Correct. And that will be... Ooh, she will tag her. Ooh, Caitlin Braun fell a little bit there on first base. And that will be out number 1. 2 outs away from the NVL title.
Falcons, number 42, Peyton Giambra.
And here's Peyton Giambra.
So 2 outs remaining for St. Paul. Down 12, looking to find their way and fight back, claw like a falcon back into this one.
Ooh, that was fast.
Oh no, I need these last two outs to be strikeouts to hit the over.
Was that a strikeout?
No, it was a. No, she
Oh
is
no.
11. It was a
Oh
ground out to
yeah,
first
I
base.
forgot.
Giambra fouls one off, goes down 0-2 in the count. Van Alstyne looking for number 12 to, to be as many as Woodland has runs. She won't get it. That'll be right up. Rowley will settle underneath it and put it away for out number 2, Woodland, 1 out away from getting back to the top of the NVL and reclaiming that elusive NVL championship. As the top of the order will step in for St. Paul, Julia Kozlak, and it was the under 12 and a half today, guys. It's going to be ripped right down the line. Oh,
Ooh.
that'll drill apparent.
One strike here on Kozlak.
Kozlak got some solid contact, looking to straighten it out. That'll be upstairs. 1-1 count. That'll be
Strike
strike
two.
number 2. One strike down. Last down to the last strike is St. Paul. I'm butchering my words right now.
You're so excited.
Van Al Steen will set.
Stein.
Stein will wheel. She'll deal. She'll get it in there for called strike 3. Paints the corner, and it's party time in Woodland. Strikeout number 12. Down goes St. Paul. Down goes St. Paul. It's all over. NVL championship recaptured by the Woodland Hawks. Hawks prevail. Falcons lose. It's over in 7.
Congratulations to the Woodland Hawks on a phenomenal NVL championship game on all cylinders. They were hitting, pitching, fielding, hitting. Everybody just played absolutely phenomenal.
You know what? If this was basketball, you would call that straight hooping today. They were out there hooping.
They're balling.
Yeah, they were. They were from start to finish. I mean, top down 12 Ks for Van Alstyne, 12 runs for Woodland, and one immaculate season, 22 and 0, a straight domination. They had 5 wins by 20 or more runs. It's been, I mean, it's nothing short of perfection if you're Woodland.
That is
Cap it
true.
off. Now they have to turn their sights, though, to going for that third straight state championship. They won
Mm.
the last 2. St. Paul will also have to turn, recalibrate, recuperate, and rehydrate and get ready to jump back into states as well, as they pretty much go right away and turn and start. And I mean, let's get this strike. Let's get this one more time. Strikeout counter. What do we got here? Turn that thing around too, Ivy. Let's let the people see. How is it backwards? Oh, it's backwards. It's backwards. I had her with 21 strikeouts.
There we
Let's get
go.
that around. Strikeout counter. 12. Get that. Zoom in on that one more time.
We would love the coaches and the captains from Woodland. Please meet B5.
Number 12. So now let's zoom in on this ceremony that they're doing right here, as they're gonna hand out, I think, medals to the winners and championship plaques and trophies.
And congratulations to our runners-up in the final, St. Paul Catholic Falcons. Great game,
So
ladies.
Woodland, party time. It's party time in Woodland. So we are going to, or I'm waiting to see if they're going to give St. Paul a runner-up placement. Before we fully wrap off and sign off here, I want to see. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on. We can't even zoom in on Woodland yet. Now zoom in on Woodland.
And now for the most valuable player with the Kristen Lee
Can you take a
Mantelia
guess on who the
Memorial
most
Award
valuable player is,
goes
Ivy?
to Woodland Hawks, Ella Van Alstine.
No
Congratulations, Ella.
surprises there. She's been dominant behind in the box, dominant on the mound, dominant wherever, and she's had a fantastic career at Woodland. And she'll be, after the state championship, be taking it to UMass Lowell.
And just one last reminder, the Father's Club is still out in right field if you'd like to grab
So
anything to eat on
that
the
will do
way
it
out.
for Project Purple Sports for the 2024 2025. Yeah, you can turn it on us. Come sit here, Avi. We'll turn it around. We'll go on camera one more time. Shout out Jalen Brunson really quick in the Knicks. But that'll do it for the 2024-2025 season. We want to thank all of you for watching and just supporting us and allowing us to bring high school sports to you guys and for all the schools that we worked with and all the communities that we got to spread this crucial awareness in. We thank you guys for putting on awareness games. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter for updates. We have a ton of cool things planned for next year. We're already working on them. They're already in the hopper. So please, please, please subscribe. And if you're looking to get involved, visit projectpurple.org/sports to learn more about the program.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. It's definitely been a great season, and we're looking forward to next year.
Yeah, it's been awesome. We'd like to thank you guys. So, from Project Purple Sports, this is Zach, and
Ivy signing off.